We have officially made the playoffs in Tier 8 of English football, and it looks highly likely that we are going to be the champions. As you can see there, we are 20 points clear at the top with a far superior goal difference. But we've got a cup game today against Stockton Town, obviously local rival. They are currently in our division in the relegation zone, so it should be fairly easy. But let's run the intro and then we'll get straight into the game. Yes, that's right, guys. Welcome back to the northeast of England for Grassroots to Giants here with Norton Stockton Ancients, where, as I alluded to in the intro, we are taking on Stockton Town, a very local rival, just down the road in the Northern Premier League Challenge Cup semi-final stage. It's been fantastic. We've had two games since you were last with us. Of course, that great win over Macclesfield Town. And we then recorded our biggest ever win. It was a 10-0 win against Shildon. Shildon are currently bottom of the league. They may already be relegated. But we had fantastic performance. Rodney, on his first full start for the club, picked up a hat-trick. Hugweth got himself two from the other side. So the two inside forwards working very, very well. Edwards also got himself two on the score sheet. Carragher got one. Carragher got two, actually, and Sean Wilson from right back actually picked up one as well. So it was a fantastic performance. 14 shots on target, 10 of them went in the net. So obviously Shildon's goalkeeper Errington there, a 5.5. He was obviously asleep. The next game was a little bit closer, a little bit of revenge over Pontefract Collieries for the draw earlier in the season. We were 2-0 up, and then we let Pontefract back into it with an own goal in the 83rd minute from Aziakono. But Josh Scott stepped up in the 93rd minute to bag the winner. We can see we also missed a penalty in the 91st minute. So it was a little bit nail-biting. It was very, very close. But again, the two inside forwards played very, very well. Harker had a poor game in that one, so he might not actually play against Stockton today. But today's opponents are Stockton Town. Semi-final of a cup. Again, we've played in a semi-final of a cup every season that we've been the manager. So today, this is what we're going to go with. Now that Spencer is not playing here, we have dropped him back a little bit. He can play as a box-to-box midfielder. He's not too bad at it. Again, it's rotation-wise we're looking at here. We've got Sangare. Rob Harker can't play because he's injured. That's right, isn't it? Let's get Jack Egan on the bench. We have got Sangare there as well as cover, but we've got lots of interchangeable players in these positions. But we're going to go with Gale up front today. Obviously, the two inside forwards, fantastic. Back four is very, very familiar. And then Jaros in goal. So, as I said, I am looking for a comfortable win for us today against Stockton Town. Of course, I believe we beat them 7-1 in the league. So I do apologise if the game's just going to be a little bit of a walkover, a little bit boring. I know it can be a bit boring to watch wins all the time. But we are that good of a team at this level, to be fair. So there is going to be a lot of wins on display. Highlight in the 4th minute, though, Aziakono into Spencer. Rodney out on the left-hand side. Scott. He's got Rodney gone on ahead of him. Scott doesn't need him, though. He takes it past his man himself. Gets the byline in towards James Gale in the box. Nods it down for Edwards. Edwards really should be looking to keep that effort down there. Poor effort from Edwards. James Gale with a free kick from the edge of the area, though, looking for Glover. And Glover's hit the outside of the post. He was offside anyway, so it won't have counted. But James Gale involved in the play again. He's looking very, very good so far early on in this game. Right, 31 on the clock now. It's been a bit of a quiet first half, to be fair, but we are on attack again with Scott down the left-hand side. He pulls it back towards Spencer. Glover now forward towards Scott again. Can he pull the ball back? He finds Spencer instead, and Glover again on the edge of the area. Tries to switch it out to Wilson, but it's headed away by Jebrin. But Wilson will pick up the second ball inside to Sam Greenwood. And now Yannick Aziakono looking forward towards Spencer. Out wide again to Scott. Scott is always an option on the left-hand side. Pulls it back to Rodney. Now Scott, Rodney, Spencer. Scott again does get the ball into the box eventually. And James Gale there picks up his 22nd goal of the season with the header into the far corner. Keeper had absolutely no chance. And James Gale's just been fantastic for us at Norton. The amount of goals that he's scored for us has been brilliant. Scott's been great down the left-hand side. Something about playing a midfielder as a wing-back. It actually absolutely works. It's fantastic. 38th minute, and it's Edwards again. Now Glover out wide to Sean Wilson. He's going to have to come back to Greenwood, and he does. He finds Glover again. Edwards has gone on. Wilson's gone on ahead of him. Wilson powering towards the byline, looking to pull the ball back. Instead, he's forced back towards Edwards. Edwards gets the ball into the box. It's towards James Gale again, and he should have scored his 23rd of the season, if we're being entirely honest. It's been a comfortable game so far, approaching half-time. Just have a look at the match stats. You can see that Stockton Town haven't had a shot. 15 shots from ourselves, 6 on target. I'd like to be more than 1-0 up. Rodney is looking a little bit tired as well, so that's a change that we're going to look to make early on-ish in the second half. He's not had the best of games either. It's the first game he's really played poorly for us, if we're being honest. But now 58 on the clock. Let's make those couple of changes, get some fresh legs on. We'll go Rodney. We're also going to go for that's all we're really going to go for, because I didn't put another centre midfielder on the bench, which is an error by me. Stockton Town now have had a shot, and it was on target. Which this is the point I was trying to make. The 1-0. It's not comfortable. Greenwood wins that header though, but it's only as far as Hayes out on the right hand side for Stockton. He's looking to take it past Scott, but it's a great challenge by Scott. But the referee's actually given a foul. This is more than likely going to be a red card. It is a red card. It looked like a fantastic tackle to me. Don't know what's gone on there. We are going to have to sacrifice somebody now. We'll take Edwards up. We can't risk another one. We'll get Wilson on at left back. Wilson is comfortable playing left back. We'll sort of leave it at that. Little isometrical formation. Again, I think we're dominant enough where it's not going to make too much of a difference to us, to be honest, with 15 minutes remaining in the match. And now we do have the free kick going forward. It's going to be James Gale. We're about 30 yards out, and it's just gone over the bar. It wasn't too far away. Straight into another highlight though. It's Wilson now. Aziakono finds Spencer. Forward to James Gale. Holds the ball up well. Wilson inside to Spencer again. Now Glover. Aziakono to Greenwood. Glover again. We've always got somebody available for the pass, but we've gone long instead. Out wide to Eastman. He pulls it back to Wilson. Of course, on the wrong side now. Spencer, Glover, Gale. Gale with the effort from range, and it's gone just wide off the post again. James Gale needs to be a little bit more clinical. We'll get Jack Egan on for Hugworth, as our assistant has suggested. Again, another tired player. But in the final minute now, 10 seconds of the game remaining. Jack Egan just on the pitch. He could have really took that down and drove on himself. Instead, Stockton win the ball back, but the goalkeeper's given it straight back to us. And now Jack Egan on the right hand side. He's got Gale in the box, and Gale this time does find the back of the net for his 23rd of the season. And that makes it 2-0 to Norton in the 91st minute, and now it really is game over. I'm disappointed at the red card though. I'm really disappointed by it. It's match engine wise, it looked like a great tackle. But what I'm led to believe in terms of the match engine is that all of the actual game goes on behind the scenes, and then the match engine, what we see visually, is basically the match engine's interpretation of what is going on behind the scenes. So that might have looked like a good tackle to us, but in the code behind the scenes it might have been a bad tackle, and it's just the way that the match engine has interpreted what's happened in the code. But that's what I'm led to believe. I could be totally wrong. Anyway, we are into the final of another cup competition, which is great. Scott is banned. I'm going to appeal it because, like I said, to me it didn't look like a foul, but then again it could be. Norton, we're going to play Mossley in the final. It is at the Envirovent Stadium, which is home to Harrogate Town, and it's going to be played on the 22nd of May. So that's a long time after our season ends. It's nearly a month after our season ends, so we're going to have to get a friendly in here somewhere. Second episode of the game though is going to be Cleethorpes, unless the board say the I get a news item saying that we could win the league in one of these two. But I've got these two to play in between, and we'll come back for that Cleethorpes game. Of course, they are second in the league still, so that could even be the one that clinches it for us. But I'll catch up with you guys in just a minute for the second half of the episode. Right, guys, it's happened. Again, the game didn't actually prompt me. It did. I just didn't read it properly. Norton Stockton Ancients set for title showdown at Norton Sports Complex against Pickering Town. We've then took on Pickering Town 1-2-0, and we are now crowned the champions. So I should really read things properly. That's my bad. The board have set the initial budget for next season. We've got 2.8k as a wage budget and 11.5 as a transfer budget. I'm not going to be spending all of that if you're talking about in terms of finance. Remember where we were? Up here at 160,000. Look how much we've dropped. I haven't spent any of this. This is just purely on wages, travel costs, things like that. So yeah, we are now the champions. So that's more silverware. I've led them to glory. The board are pleased. Fantastic. So we are now going up to tier 7. And we're 8 unbeaten in the league. I've still got another game to play before we get to that Cleethorpes Town game. We'll put it on anyway. Or do we? No, we'll do the Cleethorpes. And then next episode, we will do the cup final and an end of season review. So I'll be back in just a minute. Right, guys, welcome back to the second half of today's episode. You can see there that we've had 2 games since you were last with us. Pickering Town, as I came back and showed you, we won 2-0 and we secured the league title with that 2-0 win. We then took on Emley again in the league and another 2-0 win. Where that leaves us in the league table is 22 points clear at the top. We are set for a record points haul. I also believe we're set for a record number of goals scored. We've scored 97 goals. Hugoff is still the league's top scorer and has the highest average rating. In terms of assists, we don't actually appear on there, but Hugoff also has the most player of the match awards. If we just have a look at the goals, Hugo's up there. James Gale's currently in 7th with his 15 league goals for the season. So it's been great. Where are we in assists? Gale's 4th with 12 assists. So it's been another fantastic season so far for James Gale. 28 games played in total with 23 goals, 14 assists, of course 13 games from the bench as well. But a 7.68 average rating, and he's now reached 50 goals in 64 appearances in the league for us, which is fantastic. Today's opponents though are Cleethorpes Town. We are the favourites. It's a bit of a nothing game now that the league is secure. This keeps messing me about. That's better. Everything fits now. Asia Kono is suspended for this game, so we are playing with Greenwood and Carragher as the centre 2 with Scott Wilson as the full-backs, the wing-backs there. Glover, Spencer Eastman in the midfield with Rodney Hugreff and Gale as the front 3. Rob Harker has just come back from his injury, so he's not quite fully fit yet. But you can see we've got 4 players with over 20 goals this season, which is absolutely fantastic. Cleethorpes Town, though, again, second in the league. Of course, it's going to be playoffs for them now, with us capturing the league title. But let's just get into it, see if we can. We are away from home, see if we can just pick up another win. Of course, we've only lost the 1 game all season in the league, which is disappointing. An unbeaten season would have been fantastic. Hugo goes long towards Rodney. The 2 inside forwards there, linking up well together. It's a great header by Rodney at the far post, and we're 1-0 up in the 4th minute of the game. Great ball in by Dylan towards Devante. Rodney at the far post there. And like I said, great header by the left inside forward. And we're on the attack again in the 9th minute. It's Scott with a throw into Spencer, and Rodney again the goal scorer. Glover, Carragher in towards Morton Spencer, of course playing deeper than what he is used to. But Gale gets the nod down. It's Rodney again. Rodney slots it past the keeper for his 6th goal of the season. And he's been an excellent addition to the squad so far. Again, it's great play by the boys. Great ball forward by Carragher. Excellent nod down by James Gale. Rodney picks it up and half rounds the goalkeeper. The keeper really didn't stand a chance there. And it's cruise control now from Norton. Inside 10 minutes and we're 2-0 ahead. Which would put us 25 points in the clear. Of course, the next goal that we score is going to be our 100th league goal of the season. It's topless inside to Owen. Owen goes over the top Jaros really should have done a lot better there. He looked like he started to come, and then he stopped coming. And Brown has pulled one back for Cleethorpes Town. Unfortunately for us, Jaros is far too out of his goal there. It's a good ball forward by Owen. It looked like it was going to go all the way through to Jaros, but what's he doing over there? He looks like he's an essential defender as opposed to a goalkeeper. I'm not even playing him on a sweeper keeper. Can we restore our 2-goal lead though? Wilson gets the ball into the box. It's towards James Gale. It's a good header, but it's just gone over the bar there. Hugworth with the corner in the 32nd minute. Looking towards Greenwood at that near post, but he can't get up for the ball. It's headed away by Moran. Wilson picks up the second ball though. Finds Dylan Hugworth again. Sam Greenwood back to Wilson. Greenwood, Glover. Glover's given the ball away to Brown, and now it's Porritt. Porritt's got Lofts out on the right hand side in acres of space. He's checked by his own though, and it's a good header away by Wilson. As far as Middleton, Porritt brings it down. We do get the ball away, and James Gale's going to pick it up. He's got Rodney advancing down the left hand side. Rodney on the hat trick now. He's going to look to come back onto that right foot, and he does. It's towards Gale, and Gale's gone just over with the header again. A lot of highlights in this first half. It's been very busy. It's topless with a throw-in, but Lofts can't keep hold of the ball, and Gale picks it up. Now it's Scott and Rodney, but Rodney's lost out to Lofts. He wins the ball back. They've got runners through the middle. One of them is Middleton, and Jaros can't get there. Harry Middleton has absolutely rifled that into the back of the net. Cleethorpes Town have managed to pull themselves level. They just had so many men over. Lofts wins it back, and just look at these 4 players running through the middle. Middleton is the one who picks it up, and it's a fantastic finish. I'm not entirely sure what Jaros was doing there. We've had 2 shots against us on target, and they've both gone in. We've only had 2 ourselves on target, of course, and they've both gone in as well. But it's if you look at XG wise, it's been fairly even. But I'm disappointed to be drawing that. I'm going to tell the boys I'm not happy. Jaros, you were at fault for both the goals, mate, if we're being entirely honest. You can look unhappy all you want. Let's see if we can now get ourselves back into the lead in this game. We're going to look to make a change. James Gale, you've not hit the target really, mate. We need Harker to get back up to fitness. And we've got Edwards there as well. The boys in the middle part don't look too bad fitness wise. But Eastman's only on a 6.7, so we'll get Edwards on, see if that makes any improvement to us. Hugworth has not had the best game despite picking up an assist. We do have a corner now on the left hand side to be swung in by Carragher. It's towards Harker, but it's headed clear by Royal. Now Edwards, and Carragher again goes far towards Hugworth. Hugworth hit the post with the header. Unfortunate effort there by Dylan. We're approaching the final 10 minutes and into the next highlight. It's us down the left hand side again. It's Glover getting the ball in towards Harker, but it's again headed away by Middleton. Now Scott. Hugworth on that left foot. What a curling effort. It's hit the crossbar. Great curling effort by Dylan there. We are still on the attack though. Carragher gets it in, but it's a poor ball. Nobody in the middle really, and Royal heads it away, but Rodney picks it up. Now it's Carragher again into Spencer. Hugworth popping up on the other side. Spencer with the effort from range, and now he's clipped the crossbar. And we're getting close. We're battering Cleethorpes here. We just can't get the ball in the net again. And after going 2-0 up inside the first 10 minutes, it's going to be very, very disappointing to actually draw this game. Despite it being a nothing game, really. That was poor. I'm going to tell them I'm disappointed. A couple of players seemed demotivated, Scott and Jaros. But it was disappointing to draw that. If we're being truthful with ourselves, we should have been winning that. Right, what that does do, guys, now with that draw, it leaves us 22 points clear at the top. We haven't bagged that 100th goal of the season. We've still got 4 games left, though. Next episode, though, is going to be the last episode of Season 3. We're going to be taking on Mossley in the Northern League Challenge Cup Final. See if we can add to our trophy cabinet. We'll then do a little bit of a end of season review. And then we'll look forward to life in Tier 7. You can see in terms of trophy nows, we've actually picked up 5 trophies in our 3 years at the club. We'll just have a quick look at me. You can see my career stats here. We've got an 85% win ratio. We've only actually lost 11 games and drawn 12. 474 goals scored, 147 against. Attribute wise, We're improving a little bit. We have picked up a couple of coaching qualifications. We're on a National B licence now. But that's going to be the end of today's episode, guys. Disappointing to finish with the draw, but we do have cup finals to look forward to. So thank you very much for watching. As always, I will see you all in the next episode. If you could please leave a thumbs up on the episode, though, that would be awesome. And I'll see you all next time.